It was a dark and stormy night when five friends, Alex, Ben, Claire, David, and Emma, set sail into the infamous Bermuda Triangle. They were on a mission to prove that the stories about the area were nothing more than superstition and that there was nothing to fear. As they navigated their way through the turbulent waters, the group felt confident that they were in control of the situation. But as the storm grew stronger, their boat started to malfunction. The engine sputtered and coughed, and the sails flapped wildly in the wind. Despite their best efforts to steer the vessel, the boat was tossed around like a toy in the choppy sea. Panic set in as they realized that they were in serious trouble. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, a massive ship emerged from the fog. The friends were relieved to see it, thinking they had been saved by a passing vessel. As the ship approached, they could see that it was old and rusty, with tattered sails and no lights. But it was their only chance of survival, so they climbed aboard. As they explored the empty ship, they discovered that it was eerily quiet, and there was no sign of any crew members. But there were strange symbols etched onto the walls, and the air was thick with a musty, damp smell. As they searched the ship for clues, they stumbled upon an old diary. The diary belonged to the previous crew, who had disappeared without a trace. The diary revealed that the crew had also sailed into the Bermuda Triangle, hoping to prove that the stories were nothing more than myths. But they were wrong. They were soon enveloped by a strange fog that made them lose their sense of direction. They had also seen strange symbols etched onto the walls of the ship, just like the ones the friends had seen. They had tried to escape, but they found themselves caught in a time loop, reliving the same night over and over again. Suddenly, the ship started to shake violently, and the friends heard an eerie whispering in their ears. The symbols on the walls started to glow, and the group realized that they were caught in the same loop. They tried to run, but the ship's walls were closing in on them, trapping them inside. As they huddled together in fear, the ship vanished into thin air, leaving nothing but an empty sea behind. The next morning, there was no sign of the group or their boat. The authorities searched for them, but they were never found. It was as if they had vanished into thin air, just like the ship they had boarded. But as the years passed, there were rumors of strange sightings in the Bermuda Triangle. Some claimed to have seen a ship sailing aimlessly through the fog, with no crew or passengers. Others reported hearing strange whispers in the wind, carrying cryptic messages about a cursed ship and its doomed passengers. The story of the five friends and their ill-fated journey became a legend, a cautionary tale about the dangers of tempting fate in the Bermuda Triangle. But there was one thing that nobody knew: the friends had indeed found a way out of the time loop. They had managed to break free from the curse and escape the doomed ship. But as they emerged from the fog, they found themselves in a different time and place, far from their own world. They were lost in time and space, and they knew that they would never be able to return home. They were the ones who were cursed, trapped in a never-ending cycle of time loops, forever doomed to wander the depths of the Bermuda Triangle. They had no way of returning home, and no one would ever know the truth about what had really happened to them. As they traveled through the infinite expanse of time and space, the friends started to lose their grip on reality. Their minds became consumed with the terror of their situation, and they began to turn on each other. One by one, they fell into madness, unable to cope with the endless, hopeless void that surrounded them. Years turned into centuries, and the friends continued to drift through time and space, alone and forgotten. But then, something miraculous happened. One of them, Emma, discovered a way to break free from the time loop. She had stumbled upon a hidden portal, a gateway that led back to the present day. With newfound hope, Emma set out to free her friends from their eternal prison. She traveled through the portal, braving unimaginable horrors and dangers in her quest to save them. And finally, after what felt like an eternity, she found them. But to her horror, she discovered that they had changed. They were no longer the same people she had known and loved. They had been twisted and corrupted by the power of the time loop, and they had become something else entirely. As Emma watched in terror, her friends turned on her, their eyes glowing with a malevolent light. They had been consumed by the curse of the Bermuda Triangle, and they were determined to drag her down with them. But Emma refused to give up. She fought with all her might, using every ounce of her strength to break the curse and set her friends free. And in the end, she succeeded. The friends were finally free from the curse, but at a terrible cost. They had lost everything, including their sanity and their humanity. They were no longer the same people they had once been, and they could never go back to the lives they had left behind. And as for Emma, she was forever haunted by the memories of what she had seen and experienced in the Bermuda Triangle. She knew that she had saved her friends, but at what cost? She had lost so much along the way, and she could never forget the horrors she had witnessed. In the end, the Bermuda Triangle remained as mysterious and dangerous as ever, claiming more lives and more souls as the years passed. But for Emma and her friends, the nightmare was finally over. They were free from the curse, but they would always be haunted by the memories of what they had endured. Thank you for listening to this bedtime story, and remember, if you struggle with falling or staying asleep at night, click on the first link in the description for the ultimate solution to your problem. Now, choose one of these two videos and continue on our journey in the world of bedtime stories.